Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So that's got things underway.
Any attack containing Raul is a frightening sight for any defence.
His record's a frightening sight.
Well, when you think about it, most of his ilk will put themselves before the team. But Raul is different and has a greater appreciation for all that and likely to put others in before himself.
That is very well defended. Pirlo. Now it's Mbappe. Raul. Filippo Inzaghi. Played into space. And that pass just didn't quite work.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Doué. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Yet another interesting duel this.
This looks promising. And he's straight offside.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Mbappe receives it in a good position here. Not the most convincing of passes. Nicely weighted. And the finish! It's there! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
So the first moment of real significance.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Pirlo does well to stand firm and defend it. And he's picked out the run. Look at the space. Decent chance! And for a moment, time stood still. And we have our very first corner. And he gets rid in a hurry. And it's Pirlo. Nice control. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Danger averted for now. Messi, a player who needs no introduction.
Lexington really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Harrison with the slide tackle there. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Baresi with the clearance. 5 minutes till the break. And he's in on goal.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, beautifully shaped ball. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Alexander-Arnold.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Baresi. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the 1 goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And the second half gets underway. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference.
Was that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Knocks it out wide. Oh, that's nice. Kokchu. Doué has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. And this is Messi. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
That's a sharp pass. Looking to play him in. He's in plenty of space here. Messi! It's anyone's ball now. That's good play. Shot at goal! More pressure on the opposition goal.
Lexington really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
He's got away. There's a no-nonsense tackle. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. That's a lovely, neat pass. Shot could be... Great chance! Oh, special! That is a special goal! A finish of true class! 2 ahead, late in the day, game over surely. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
The worst choice he could pick. He needed to get his head up and see the outlet to his right.
Tempers are flaring. The referee really needs to get a grip again.
Substitution on the field. Number 25. Souza.
This looks like a more than decent chance to strike.
Number 13.
This then an ideal chance to cut the deficit.
Substitution.
He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
And that's it. My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Volunteers for each block, please report to the staff room immediately.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way.
Well, Xabi Alonso is the standout. He'll be looking to set the tempo and dictate the play here, Peter.
He is so integral to this team, isn't he?
Yeah, he has the quarter...
Alonso!
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Messi tries making a foray down the right. Now it's Mbappe. He is through here. He's having a go. What a hit! What a hit! A rocket and some. About as smooth as it gets. He gave it plenty and some. Thrashed it in.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
So great chance! That'll be a throw-in. Mbappe chasing after it. Oh, what has happened here?
Lexington really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Xabi Alonso. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Tries a deft little ball. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Now it's Burak Yilmaz. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Decent chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Xabi Alonso goes short. Xhaka. Just no time to dwell on the ball there. And now they can spring out of defence. Not the most accurate pass. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Granit Xhaka goes looking wide. Played back in. He's on it. Can he get away? And it's Xabi Alonso. Played in deep. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. It's a pretty loose pass. He's tried one! Oh, screamer! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
A momentary lapse exploited with glee.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
2 added minutes.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
This possibly the last play of the half. And he's heaved it away. And it's half-time here. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. So we're into the second 45. And here's Burak Yilmaz. Good ball, good take. That's tidy. It's Yilmaz! Oh, that was no routine save.
Burak Yilmaz really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
That's a cute ball. And that could set him on his way. He tries a shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
He'll be irritated with that, Peter. He really did spring into life as he made his run.
Messi. And it's Yilmaz. That's a good ball out wide. And he skips past his man. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And this is Pele. Pirlo. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Cross flung in towards the middle. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Played into space. Oh, delightful ball. Pele is on his own. Manchester United can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Goes for a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Clipped into space. Shot a goal! Goal! Manchester United! And the comeback is complete! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
Manchester United get themselves into the lead.
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now
Mbappe. Can he finish? They've done it! Dying minutes, and we're all square again. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is when...
And time is up. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. Mbappe. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air. And what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Eric Garcia. Fernandez. And it's Valverde. Eric Garcia. For Valverde. Eric Garcia. Fernandez. Now it's Kane. Camavinga. Zola.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Now it's Kane. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Van Bronckhorst is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Pirlo. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Takes the shot! And that's off target.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
That's a throw. He's picked his way through. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And it's Kane. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Kane. Bullish header! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Eric Garcia. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, well played, well played. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Out towards the flank. Vieira promptly onto that, and that is that. Kane, and that is expertly dealt with. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Looking to play him in.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have... Oh, he's been caught on it here! And the finish! And he's gone for goal! And that is wildly off target.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Pete.
Oh, terrible mistake. Big chance, can he finish? He's scored! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Pelé. Pelé going face-to-face with his great rival. And he was quick to react. Vieira. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Messi! They've done it! They have come roaring back!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And Messi! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And he's heaved it away. We've got a throw in. And it's Pirlo. Mbappe!
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Pirlo. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And this is Pelé! Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Camavinga. Looking for options for movement. Well timed, excellent interception. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Fernandez. Can he get it through?
Well, at least they acknowledge the effort.
This is it then, now or never.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Zola is always playing with one eye on the spectacular.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And he's there to get it away. So that's it, it is all over. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Lexington can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do,
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And that gets things running.
You know, Peter, there's a player down there who I've always admired, Carlos Puyol. This game is not all about technique and skill. You need big hearts too, and they don't come any bigger than Puyol's.
Yeah, that is one leader of men. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Not the most accurate pass. Mateus, and this is Neymar. It's Neymar! It's loose now, and it's come back out to him. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
It's been pretty high-tempo stuff from the off here, Peter. A good show of intent, I would say.
Pele. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now, can they get him away? Rodri. Nice looking ball. And that has been cut short. So we're still where we started right now. And here's Owen. Played into space. Oh, that's a key interception. Pinches it off him. Here's a chance! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Khan gets it away. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Mateus. And it's Rodri. Jordi Alba is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Messi. Now the ball's gone astray. Now here's the... Oh, what a climb! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Varane gets good distance on it. Pele, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Now it's Olise. Oh, lovely feed he is. Shoots!
He almost got everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
Now it's Owen. Oh, played right into his path. Oh, tries a shot! It's bounced back off the post. Olise. Looking to play him in.
Well, that was well positioned.
And the first 45 minutes are up. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. And the second half gets underway. Both sides defensively robust up to now. And he shoots! Goal!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class. He's having a go! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. Has a shot! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Jordi Alba brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
And he's had it nicked away. Rodri is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. He's shifting through the gears here. Neymar! Decent enough try.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Neymar. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let...
He's having a shot! Oh, how's that for a goal? A finish of true class. They have come roaring back.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And that is expertly dealt with. Now can he... Chance! It's in! And they're back in front! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off?
Look at the space here.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back any.
And he's had a hit. Now who's... Oh, shooting chance! Oh, it's come off the upright.
This has to be a spell of no fear. They can't leave anything out there.
It's run loose here. Now it's Olise. He's gone for goal! Fantastic from Olise! About as smooth as it gets. That is remarkable. All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
This is quite a battle. He's going for goal! Pirlo plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Mateus. And that's it. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing, and both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, we're on the way.
The Dutch have a great heritage of producing some of the most talented strikers, and this one has it all.
The one and only Marco van Basten.
A scorer of outrageous goals.
Have you played against him, Jim?
No, maybe just as well. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And no, that was never going to make it. Owen going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, super ball! And the finish! It's in!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Arsenal are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Now it's Pelé. Well timed, excellent interception.
Lexington really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
And this is Torres. Pirlo plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Van Basten powering forward here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Robertson cuts it out. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Zola has found the net here, of course. Van Bronckhorst. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Pirlo. Knocks it into space. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Zola. Van Bronckhorst is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Passing is crisp and sharp. Looking for the run. Now this could be a chase. Had a shot! Goal! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. Arsenal get the ball rolling in the second half. Neither of these two want to come off second best. That's a good ball. It's Van Basten! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Cleared away. And now they can spring out of defence. Might be danger here. Zola. Pele quietly revving up. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And here's Torres. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. De Bruyne, in with the challenge. Oh, easy pickings there. Cruyff. And here's Van Basten. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Torres! And again the keeper stands strong. Corner number 2 then. De Bruyne with the short one. Zanetti delivers. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
It's Van Basten! Another save. So, third corner of the game. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Messi.
Pretty robust defending.
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And no surprise, that's a booking. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this.
Well, if he's serious about trying from this range, I think he must feel he can generate the power. Big ask.
Brilliant! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Into the lead once more. Oh, that is a bit special.
Oh, that was breathtaking. He'll never hit another as well in his whole career.
Substitution on the field. Number 21, Pirlo.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Number 25.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Number 4, Vieira. Number 7.
Arsenal really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Substitution in progress.
Bojan. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Not the most accurate pass. That is a brilliant interception. Decent chance! Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Games hinge on moments like this. And he scores! Back in business! A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
That's calm for you. Nothing is going to distract him.
Substitution on the field. Number 18, Owen.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Number 6,
So, all square, and not for the first time.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Oh, really good feet.
Minutes has been indicated.
Vieira. Now it's Pelé. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Vieira. That's a sharp pass.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Looking for options for movement. It's played through for him. Real chance! And it's hoisted clear. Close, but time for no more. The whistle has gone. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts, highly entertaining until the very end.
And now
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And that gets things running. Paris Saint-Germain have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
I think it gets a terrible raw deal these days. It's deemed old-fashioned, outdated.
Oh, shooting chance! And he's done it!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
So the game's first significant moments, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Oh, that's a key interception. Strong running down that left flank. Now it's Inzaghi. That's a little off target. That's a lovely, neat pass. Now that looks a decent ball. Pirlo. Zola. Looking to play him in. Zola. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And it's Batistuta. Now it's Inzaghi. Now it's Batistuta. No, that's been intercepted.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Van Dijk. Now it's Mbappe. Engages and forces him off the ball. Alexander-Arnold. Neymar is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Danielson. Batistuta has created one goal already. Knocks it out wide. It's out for a goal kick. Van Bronckhorst has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Inzaghi does really well to win the ball there. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was...
Oh no, what has happened here? Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. He's got away. Serginho. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Filippo Inzaghi. Well read, nice interception. And the shot's on here. Mbappe! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Good effort, and it is right on half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And the action is back on the way.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Played out wide. Oh, nicely intercepted. Zola. Pirlo can see things others simply cannot. And the shot! Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. And this is Inzaghi. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Paris Saint-Germain are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Serginho tries to play it through, and this is Inzaghi. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Looking for options for movement. Ah, that's a fine interception. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them. Lexington seem happy to bash their heads against the brick wall, Peter. That central route forward is just a no-go zone.
Can he get it through? Great vision. Always onto this. He's picked his way through. Chooses to go back.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Out towards the flank. No way through, so back it comes. And here's Neymar. Time is running out here.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Chance, surely! Oh, the ball's run loose here. That's a half-decent try.
Danielson really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. And he goes for a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Shot a goal!
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
That's a fairly demoralising loss. They hardly threatened, and this was about as insipid as it comes.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle.
Now there's a player with a silky pass and a steely tackle.
Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, a midfielder renowned for his...
And Owen! Stojkovic. And the counter is on. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Thinks about the shot. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And he's looking to catch him up. Neymar stood his ground strongly. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
And the shot! It's in! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Stojkovic. No foul, says the referee. Pirlo looking to penetrate opposition lines. Zola looking to play him in. Brilliantly cut out. Stojkovic.
Lexington really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Well, that has not gone well. Zola. That's a lovely, neat pass. And here's Mbappe. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Zola goes steaming forward. Messi. Zola! Oh, it's hit the post. Oh, and that is really good tenacity. And we have our very first corner. Cleared without hesitation. And now a sudden chance to counter.
There will be 1 minute at a time.
Mbappe! Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. They're back in possession and ready to go again. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the 1 goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Leading 1-0 at the break. There's the start of the second half.
Lexington really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Goes for a shot! Oh, taken with style! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
So that's two now without... And Torres! And again! Zola. Zola is always playing with one eye on the spectacular.
Lexington are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Torres. And he's there to retrieve it. Now it's Torres. A decent chance! And yes, it's there! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Substitutions taking place.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Substitution.
It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this.
Well, it looks very much like he's taken this on. From this distance, it's pretty inviting.
Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Zola is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Just about up to 75 minutes. Couldn't squeeze it through. Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed markedly within the last few moments.
Well, it has, because the deficit has now been halved, Peter, and because of that, it seems to have developed into some sort of shock for them, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they can take it on from here.
Now that's well seen too. And he was quick to react. Now that looks a decent ball. Spread neatly.
Lexington clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence. Lexington nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
That'll be a throw-in.
Substitution on the field. Number 18, Owen. Number 25, Zola. Coming on
Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. And that has found him in acres of space. Xavi Alonso. Oh, that's ambitious. And now the breakaway. And that is that. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Lexington really were very impressive in the way they found pockets of space in those key areas. They were able to get the runners in, and that proved decisive.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So off we go then. Well, it's a formation, this, Jim, with a packed midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, and it allows for a lot of flexibility, Peter. You know, combative without the ball, expansive with it. It's a system that's naturally going to ask an awful lot from your central striker, but also for anyone positioned out wide. You're the key supply route, and at the same time, the defensive cover. So, effectively, you're the lungs and legs of the team.
Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, it's always hard to gauge the true worth of Jordan Henderson, as he's not the type of player you can measure in terms of goals and assists. He'll be the brains in midfield, trying to provide the creative input for players up front whenever possible.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. And it's Messi. He has found the way through. Messi. Chiellini proves too strong. Chiellini defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Wriggles his way through. Delivers the ball. Goes for the header! Oh, he's been caught on it. Has another go! Goal! Barcelona! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Barcelona have taken the lead.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Tries to pass it through. And he's had it nicked away.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Kubo! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. Varane is there, and he can get that clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Zola has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Pirlo, can he get it through? Chance for a shot! It's there! And there is his 30th goal. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Lovely pass, but can he finish? He's delivered all right! We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Zola. And here's Owen. Owen ploughing through. And a shot! He has done it! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you...
And the first half is done. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement. What a good half. They've gone blow for blow, and it's 2-2. And so we're off again. Played into space. And this is Owen. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Zola. And it's Pirlo. Knocks it into space. Good ball, good take. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Van Nistelrooy tries from a long way out.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because...
Great chance! They've done it! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Owen really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And it's Neymar. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Oh, he's getting hounded, really hounded. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here. Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Pele! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, that's a key interception. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Just 5 minutes left. Now it's Pele. Kubo. Nicely weighted ball.
Barcelona really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
And that will be it. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Owen claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. What a turnaround. Victory from the jaws of defeat. Enjoy that, Jim.
This has been a very composed response.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're up and running.
Gianfranco Zola is special, always engaging to watch.
One of those players who just makes you smile.
Yeah, the little magician from Sardinia lives up to the name in every possible way. And speaking of size, he made small great with his weaving trickery and dribbling brilliance.
And he was quick to react. And it's Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Rijkaard. Couldn't squeeze it through. And that's put paid to a promising move. Now it's Doué. Pirlo conjures time and space where few can. And this is Pele! Great defending, strong and determined. And here's Neymar. Can he get it through? Oh, that's fabulous. Nice control. And this is Hazard. They're urging him to... Hazard! Goal! Portugal! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
And we have our very first corner. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. And here's Messi. That is lovely. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. Oh, it's come loose. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! He can get that clear. Zola knocks it out wide.
Lexington really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
And this is Pele. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, this is a great position. Pirlo is the team's great visionary. Zola. Now Mbappe. Now it's Pele. O'Shea gives no quarter whatsoever. And we've reached half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Engages and forces him off the ball.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And that could set him on his way. He's picked his way through. Takes a shot! Sticks it away! They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Mission 1 has been accomplished, so why not continue with the same approach?
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's a little off target. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's got away. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. And he shoots!
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it, and I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
And he's picked it up out wide. Messi with the short one. And he was alert to it. Swept in.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
75 minutes played. Now it's Neymar. Serginho. And here's Doué. He's had a shot! Goal! Portugal! Into the lead once more. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Substitution on the field. Number 5, Mbappe.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Coming on the field.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Well, that is one way to stop him.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Chance! It's in! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
And a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Batistuta really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Number 25.
All hands on deck for this one.
Coming on to replace him is number 13. Bruno
And it's been
Fernandes.
taken short. And this is Nate. And the finish! The whistle has gone, and it is all over. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities, and neither willing to give in. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We have already started here.
Now there's a player with a silky pass and a steely tackle.
Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, a midfielder renowned for his tremendous array of passes, while...
And the shot! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Portugal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. He's got tall. He's scored! 2, and we've barely begun here. Great corner, and he did the rest.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Portugal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
He's found a way through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And it's made its way to him. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. He's having a good look here. And this the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between them. Neymar! Neymar! What about that one? About as smooth as it gets. And they're at it again in double quick time. A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed.
Well, he made it look effort.
And the shot! That is delicious! A finish of true class. They're back within reach. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can come into it, and it didn't.
So is this the start of a comeback? Ambitious ball here. Floated through, and this is Pele. Takes a shot! They've scored! Back to within 1. Interesting. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Lexington are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And Zola! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Pele, Ødegaard with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now it's Pele. Now it's Owen. Neymar. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Portugal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Oh, that's a key interception. That's a lovely, neat pass. He's having a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Great ball. Bernardo Silva! And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. Neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
And a quick announcement today that memorabilia from today's match is now on sale in the Stadium Hall.
Substitution for Portugal. Number 4, Bernardo Silva. Number 5,
Here we go again, then.
De La Cruz.
Lexington can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Jolinton.
Yeah, the hat-trick is definitely on his mind, Peter. He wants to get it over with as quickly as he can. Just about everything he's done, for me, he's done it with real conviction.
He certainly has. Really satisfying performance from him. A smiling satisfaction emanating from him. He is embracing this game. Zola. Pirlo. Xabi Alonso simply refused to be outdone there. Real chance! And that is wildly off target. So can they find a way to turn around this deficit? A probing pass. Ødegaard. And it's Jolinton. Driving on and making good progress. Crossed into the middle. Oh, what a climb! It's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Messi making good progress. He's gone for goal! It's anyone's ball now. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Pirlo really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly. Doué really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
And the pass is intercepted. Zola, he has found the way through. Zola going face-to-face. Decent chance!
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
No, that's been intercepted. Oh, well measured. It's out for a goal kick.
Substitutions taking place.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Yeah, it's about time I think we saw some activity from the bench, but it's debatable as to what level of impact can be made from here. It's pretty late.
Spread neatly, and he cuts out the supply. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Played out towards the right wing. They get a throw in.
Substitution in progress.
That pass has been well intercepted. Odegaard.
There will be 3 minutes.
Fourth
added
official
time.
showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Has a shot! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Substitution for Portugal. Number 13. Neymar.
So here comes the substitution.
Number 7. Xabi Alonso. Coming on the field. Number 21. Mbappe. Number 41. Rice.
Bruno Fernandes has given away a free kick. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Substitution.
And that is as far as it goes. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer.
Hello everybody, and this is a quick reminder.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So that's got things underway. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wondered... Oh, he's been caught on it here! And he will... Can he finish? It's fallen kindly here! That is decidedly lacking.
He'll be annoyed with himself after that. Nothing...
Oh, what's he done? Batistuta! Batistuta! Utterly brilliant!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
Terrible error, duly punished.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And this is Owen. And he's there to belt it away. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Messi. That's the keeper's ball. Now it's Neymar. Pinches it off him. Oh, that's delightful. Now it's Owen.
Lexington are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Messi, a player who needs no introduction. Turns back here, probably the best option. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Neymar is in a really good position out wide. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Now it's Inzaghi. And that pass just didn't quite work. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Messi goes steaming forward. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Marquinhos. Now it's Pelé, and he skips past his man. Marquinhos did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And the game has already resumed here.
Lexington can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Nicely weighted ball. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And this is Pelé! And he's managed to get free. Oh, such a clever touch. Foot in. Threads one in. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Guardiol. That's a sharp pass.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Oh, what has happened here?
Lexington really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Now it's Inzaghi. Pelé. Your impression so far, Jim?
Lexington are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
Great defending, strong and determined. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Nicely aimed pass.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Well, that has not gone well. Bojan Krkić purring through the gears.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Batistuta. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Inzaghi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Xavi Alonso. Oh, well played.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
He's shifting through the gears here. Now, who's going to be first to this? Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that.
This is a lost
How would you summarise what we've seen today then? The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So off we go then. They appear to be shaping up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, the obvious standout in today's football in this system is that it provides you with extra presence in attack. With many shaky defences about, getting the right partnership in that department can pay rich dividends as long as...
Real chance! It's in!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible. Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Zola, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Hangs in a cross. And it's claimed by the keeper. Can he get on the end of this? So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Great chance! It's in! Corinthians are back in business! Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Belletti. Threads one in. He has a look up. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Ambitious ball here. And no, that is pretty much the end of that.
Corinthians really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Messi! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Looking to go deep. Oh, what a climb! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Plays a sharp little ball here. Zola has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. So the last big chance perhaps before half-time. Messi! Messi! From another planet! Well, that was wonderful in every regard. Vision, concept, and considerable accuracy.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a...
And there is the half-time whistle. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
And we are back underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Cannavaro. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Pirlo did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Just eases him off the ball. Zola. Pele in acres of space out wide. Oh, that's neat. Pele will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Messi. Pirlo has created one goal already. Oh, delightful ball. And that could set him on his way. Oh, shooting chance! And yes, it's there! And this is getting better and better. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Corinthians go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's got away. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Van Bouten. Now it's Luis Araujo. Shot a goal! Out towards the flank. Well, that's a little loose. Oh, he's been caught napping. And the finish! And it's come back out to him. Relentless! Just relentless! And they are cruising away. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
Corinthians blast themselves into a 3-goal lead.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Belletti. Messi. And he's picked out the run. And he was alert to it. And that will be the final act. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum, they lost intensity, they lost their lead, and ultimately they lost the game.
Please make sure to watch the screen for
So
an
Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Lexington desperately failing to impose the
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Santos with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now they can spring out of defence. Mbappe gets into a good position. He's picked his way through. Mbappe! Against the crossbar. That is decidedly lacking.
Pele clearly knew where that was falling. He'll be disappointed he didn't put it away.
Now it's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now it's Pele. De Jong. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Zola. Oh, nice touch. Oh, that's fabulous. Can he get it through? Could move up a gear here. Now there's a fine ball. Pirlo can see things others simply cannot. And it's Ronaldinho. It's Ronaldinho! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
De Jong. Zola simply refused to be outdone there. Now it's Messi.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Ronaldinho, he has found the way through. Santos given another corner. Corner number 3 coming up. Ronaldinho goes short. De Jong! Varane gets good distance on it. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup.
Ronaldinho! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
So their fourth corner of the game. Khan breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, that pass isn't the best. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's good vision. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Adriano, always looking for that half a chance. And here's Mane. Pirlo. Messi. Pelé. For Messi. Now it's Pelé. Maldini. And we hit half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Reflections on the first half?
Yeah, it's a half that's had a limp finish after a decent start, so the manager has to re-energise and re-enthuse his players to come back out pumped.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. So we're just settling back into this second half. Both sides defensively robust up to now. And it's Totti. Totti will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Lexington really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
De Jong. So what can they make of this? Ronaldinho. He's found a way through. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
He's shifting through the gears here. Zola going face-to-face with his great rival. And Zola!
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
This guy, Sandro Tonali, was being touted as being one of Italy's greatest midfield talents. Remember the season he got a side promoted into the Italian top flight, 17 years of age, I think, and he was the mainstay in a team at that early age, playing in virtually every game and dictating the play. He stands out, doesn't matter how old he is.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. And now the breakaway. And that is a little undercooked. And here's Bellingham. Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe! And he's done it! That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Guadalajara have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Zola has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Pass is just off target. And that is as far as they're going to go. Pirlo. Zola unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mbappe. Eder Militao. Played out towards the right wing. That's been cut out, well played. Messi. Pele. Now that's well seen too. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Pele will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Pele is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Oh, nicely intercepted. Kubo. Terrific header! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Oh no, this does not look good. He's through and all alone. Goes for a shot. No mistake. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Some first half thoughts?
Lexington certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
Substitution for Guadalajara. Number 1, Thibaut Courtois. Coming on the field.
So off we go once more.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Oh, easy pickings there. That has ended up in no man's land. Zola. Oh, that is a nice touch. Foot in. Bellingham.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
That is good strength. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, for me, Peter, I think it's all too pedestrian and slow. They need a large injection of purpose.
And he shoots! They want to be quick to recover this. And it's come back out to him. Oh, another save.
Zola really must be thinking what more he could have done there. It's another inspired save.
And we have our very first corner.
Number 21, Mason Green.
Oh, what a climb! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Mbappe, given the lift of his goal. Messi. Zola. Over to the left. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And this is Zola. They're urging him to shoot. And Zola! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Well, it wasn't to be this time, but that should add to his level of confidence, something they can really do with at the moment.
Is number 20, Griezmann.
He's beaten the last man. Great chance! Yes! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Lexington
Are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
Some resolute defending there. Into the last 5 minutes. Pele. Tonali. Out for a throw.
Substitution for Guadalajara. Number 10, Sheshko. Coming on to replace him is number 4, Phil Foden. Substitution in
He's had a shot!
Added minutes has been indicated.
No, not quite. There will be 4 extra minutes. He's found a way through. Messi. And he's had it nicked away. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone.
This is a lost
How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions.